My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 104. In this lecture, we will try to understand empirical rule. Empirical rule applies to normal or bell-shaped distributions. The empirical rule, also referred to as 3 sigma rule or 68, 95, 99.7 rule, is statistical rule which states that for normal distribution. The empirical rule states that almost all data lies within 3 standard deviations of the mean for normal distribution. Understanding this rule, 68% of the data falls within 1 standard deviation, 95% of the data falls within 2 standard deviations, 99.7% of the data falls within 3 standard deviations. Here basic question is, when do we use it? This point is very important. The empirical rule is often used in statistics for forecasting, especially when obtaining actual data is difficult or impossible. I will repeat this point. This point is very important. The empirical rule is often used in statistics for forecasting, especially when obtaining the actual data is difficult or even impossible. Now let me proceed. Let just say this particular figure. Let me say like this. Now standard deviation represents how far data points are from the mean. This I already discussed many times. I will repeat. Standard deviation represents how far data points are from the mean. So you can have mean plus standard deviation, mean minus standard deviation, isn't it? Just this is mean, mu. This is mu plus, anyway it's there, mu plus sigma, 1 standard deviation. This is mu minus sigma, isn't it? I can say like this. You can have mean plus standard deviation. This is mean plus standard deviation. This is mean minus standard deviation, isn't it? Yes. In a Gaussian normal distribution, 68% of your data points will be close to average within 1 standard deviation of the mean. This is something that can be calculating using the formula for normal distribution. But you don't need to worry about the formula. You just need to have this intuition. This point is very important, isn't it? 68% of the data points lie within 1 standard deviation of the mean. What is within 1 standard deviation of the mean means it is in between mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma, where this is mu, sigma is standard deviation. So if you calculate the average height across all individuals in the world, 68% of the people in the world will be within 1 standard deviation of the average in terms of height. It's a valuable information. Now the Gaussian distribution shows us that there will be a few extreme values. There exist people in this world who are very tall or very short. The number of extreme values at either side of the mean will be the same. It's symmetrical distribution. It's symmetrical curve, isn't it? That's what this bell-shaped Gaussian distribution Gaussian distribution tells us. To quickly quickly summarize, in a Gaussian normal distribution, 68% of the data will lie within one standard deviation of the mean, that is essentially in between mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma, where mu is the mean, sigma is standard deviation, isn't it? 95% of the data will lie within two standard deviations of the mean. Just see this one. Is it not two standard deviations? This is mu, isn't it? This is mu minus 2 sigma. This is mu plus 2 sigma. In between this mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma, you can have 95% of the data. That is 95% of the data will lie within two standard deviations of the mean. And finally 99.7% of the data, this is, if you speak strictly, this is just not 99, it must be actually 99.7%. It must be, if you speak strictly, this is 99.7%, isn't it? 99.7% of the points will lie within three standard deviations. This is mu minus 3 sigma, this is mu plus 3 sigma, isn't it? Is it not 3 standard deviation? This is mu, isn't it? 3 standard deviation of the mean. So what does that mean? Average is common. Extremes are unlikely, and you will find this to be true over and over. This point is very important. Just you must understand this point. You will find this to be true. You will find this to be true over and over again when measure properties in nature. When you measure properties in nature, otherwise, let me repeat it again, you will find this to be true over and over again when you measure properties in nature. We have spoken of standard deviation. Before proceeding, let me spend few seconds of time on this particular slide. What we were saying, this is mu means mean, this is mu minus sigma, this is mu plus sigma. What is the area? This is 68% of data. Means that 68% of data is, there is 68% of data in one standard deviation from the mean. That is divided into 34% and 34%. Means this is mu minus sigma. This left side of mu with one standard deviation 34%, right side of mu, in between mu and mu plus sigma 34%, in between mu minus sigma and mu 34%. I can say that 68%, that 68% is divided into 34 and 34. If it is mu minus 2 sigma, mu plus 2 sigma, that is 95% of the data is lies in between mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma. What does it mean? Anyway, this 68% is subset of 95%, isn't it? Therefore, I can say this is this is already 68%. Now this entire region is 95%. This is means plus 27%. Plus 27 means this can be divided into two parts, 13.5, 13.5. This is 13.5, this is 13.5. Isn't it? Your 95% is half of the 95% that is here, half of the 95% is here, isn't it? In similar manner, I can say this 90, this is mu minus 2 sigma is 95%, in between mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma. If you take 3 standard deviation, that is 99.7%, isn't it? 99.7% means in this already 95% is completed. For whom? For mu minus 2 sigma, this one. Mu minus 2 sigma, mu plus 2 sigma. This is 95%. 95% plus 4.5, isn't it? Then you will get 99. It means 4.5. What is the half of the 4.5? Half of the 4.5 is, I can say, maybe that remaining thing, that is 99.7 means I think it is 4.7, isn't it? 95 plus 4.7. This 4.7 is divided into two parts, that is 2.35. This is 2.35. This is 2.35, 2.35, isn't it? This entire from here to here, you have mu minus 3 sigma, that is 99.7. In this 99.7, what is there? Total percent is 100%. Just you have 0.3%. That 0.3% is divided into two parts, that is 0.15 and 0.15. This is 0.15. This is 0.15. Just it is simple thing. It is simple and straightforward. It's no, there is no complications. Here I have 60. Let me say like this. Here I have 68%. The left side of mu is 34. Right side of mu that is 34. Again, see, 95 is divided into two parts. This is first for one half. This is another half. That 99.7 is divided into two parts. That is this 99.7. Half of the portion is left side of this one, remaining half is right side. That after 99% just you have 0.3. That 0.3 left side 0.15%, right side 0.15%. Same thing. First one what we were saying, 68, 95, 99.7. This is dividing into two halves. This is dividing into two halves. This is dividing into two halves. 68 is subset of 95. 95 is subset of 99.7. That remaining 0.3% we are dividing into 0.15, 0.1. It's simple and straightforward. There's no complications. Maybe I am spending time unnecessarily. Let me proceed further. We have spoken of standard deviation as a measure of dispersion, isn't it? How does that help us to understand our data? Now, if you imagine a Gaussian distribution with a small standard deviation, a small value of sigma. This I already discussed, but anyway I am repeating here as it is very important. I am repeating. A small value of sigma. This is the case, small value of sigma. You can imagine that bell shape is kind of tall. Just see, if sigma is small, this is tall, isn't it? Tall and narrow. Yes, this is narrow. Tall and narrow. There are few points that lie far from the mean, isn't it? There are only few points far from the mean. That's what a small sigma tells us, isn't it? If you have distribution with a very large value of sigma, just see, this is large standard deviation, very large value of sigma, that is large standard deviation. You can imagine that it's a kind of shorter, squarter, and it's spread out as you see here on the screen, isn't it? As you see, you can clearly it's visible, isn't? Is it not? As you see here on the screen, a large standard deviation means that there are many data points which lies far away from the mean. Anyway, I will discuss this rule. This rule is a very important. This empirical rule is very important. It is useful in solving many data science problems. I will discuss this rule by taking one real-time example in my next lecture, that is in lecture number 105. Thank you very much.